Jim Jones and his podcast crew went after 50 Cent's documentary on air, and 50's team made sure he paid for it.
Right now he owes, I'm going to say in a short way, at least $80,000, if not $180,000.
But this wasn't a simple diss track or an Instagram spat. No, it escalated to landlord leaks, eviction footage, and a fully coordinated financial smackdown that left Jones locked out of his own studio. This is the story of how 50 Cent's affiliates clapped back at Jim Jones for going after G-Unit. Part 1, the podcast that lit the fuse, February 19, 2026. Security footage leaked online showed Jim Jones kicking a locked door at his own studio after power was cut and the locks changed. And the leak? Not random. It was posted by 50 Cent himself, who claimed ownership through a partnership with the landlord. Soon after, 50's affiliates, business contacts, the landlord, and even Jones's former Dipset teammate Cameron piled on. Eviction docs were shared, phone calls were posted. Jones got roasted for not even being able to afford heat. This was a public, financial, and coordinated clapback, all sparked by a single podcast episode 2 months prior, when Jones talked documentaries and 50 Cent took it personally. Back in December 2025, Jim Jones appeared on Let's Rap About It with Mino Fabulous and Dave East. They were discussing whether it was acceptable to make a documentary about someone without their consent.
Acceptable for someone to create a documentary about you without your approval, how would you feel if it happened to you?
The reaction was immediate. Jones called it petty and facetious. Mino compared it to leaking someone's tape. It's like, definitely not acceptable, facetious and petty, somebody putting out your tape. The criticism kept coming, with the hosts zeroing in on the idea of someone putting unflattering footage out into the world with no care for how it made someone look.
Without your permission.
And you're not an actual porno star.
And they doing the lighting wasn't good.
The timing wasn't subtle. 50 Cent had just dropped Sean Combs' The Reckoning, a Netflix doc exploring allegations against him. The podcast crew called it exploitative, labeled it a mockumentary, and questioned the motives behind it, painting it as a project designed to weaponize a camera against someone. Trying to make you just look bad. Oh, they caught me on a bad day. The frustration was real. They criticized the dark lighting, the way Jones looked smaller, the way it was all designed to humiliate online. And then, Jones dropped the line that would set the tone for everything that followed.
Be a dope documentary.
It gotta be dope.
Showing who you are, what you've done,
Without no bullshit
everything you've
on it.
accomplished. Like, a documentary is a big thing. Like, you don't want nobody doing a documentary about like trying to just make your whole character look weak. Like, that's petty.
Whether he meant it generally or personally, up for debate. Fabulous questioned the legality, citing defamation and unauthorized use of likeness. Mino later clarified on Instagram it was a general discussion, not a jab at 50, but by then, it didn't matter. 50 Cent saw red. He labeled the crew squatters and bums, claiming they owed $250,000 for the studio. He reposted the clip, taunted publicly, even offered to buy the studio outright, dismantling their credibility while defending his. Mino fired back with Instagram burns. If it's smoke, it's smoke. By Christmas Day 2025, the Let's Rap About It hosts dropped a squatter rights freestyle over 50's beats. Bold, but all it did was give 50 more fuel. Jones and co-hosts didn't realize that questioning 50's documentary had opened the door to something bigger. Instead of trading bars or memes, 50 went straight to the landlord, recorded their conversation, and released it. Fans called it diabolical.
Build it, but he won't sign the lease. He's like, I don't like these terms. I want like 6 months of build out.
Landlord Sam explained Jones had been in the building under murky lease terms, demanding concessions, refusing to finalize agreements. He painted Jones as a tenant taking benefits without obligations.
Also have a partnership agreement where half of what he's building now, his media, belongs to us. But he won't tell us how much he's making and doing all these things. So half of the content he's creating, if you want to buy that too, I'll sell you half the.
But it went deeper. Sam claimed he owned half the podcast's media output, and Jones had refused to disclose earnings or follow the agreement. Sam was ready to sell that stake, and the buyer? 50 Cent. This revealed just how transactional the feud had become.
Insane. To me, it's worth very little to nothing. But if it worked out for you, I just throw that in as a sweetener. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is he signed him.
Then Sam dropped the bomb. Jones owed at least $80K, possibly $180K. Later reports pushing to $250K. The irony? The same crew questioning 50 Cent's ethics couldn't even pay for studio electricity. 50 made the call public, tagged it, mocked it. The message was crystal clear. While Jim Jones questioned ethics, he couldn't even keep the lights on. 50 escalated further, claiming ownership or partnership with the building, posting, "Sam is my partner. I own the joint. Now you're gonna fix every door you kick, or I'm gonna kick your Jimmy." Whether verified or not, perception mattered. 50 Cent was now the landlord, and his eviction footage would go viral. On February 19, 2026, he dropped it. Not a track, not a meme, not a punchline. Security cam footage. Jones outside IFC Film Studios. Lights off, doors locked, electricity cut, struggling to get in, eventually kicking a door. Every second captured in crisp, humiliating HD. 50 captioned with surgical mockery. "Damn, bro, this wouldn't happen if we was friends. Wanna be friends? I don't know. Let's rap about it. LOL." He posted the eviction notice too. A 15-day default expired Jan 22, a 5-day termination expired Feb 17. By the time footage rolled Feb 19, lease was already over. Social media exploded. Fans called it next-level petty genius. Others questioned how 50 accessed the cameras. Big Brother energy. YouTube channels broke down the move as a perfect storm of old beef, business, and social media spectacle. 50 gave Jones a Monday deadline. Clips, tags, relentless pressure. Humiliation was a campaign, not a moment. Comments roasted Jones mercilessly. Super thug grandpa can't even kick a door. Lobby boys, these rap guys don't get money like they claim. Jones's response? No press conference, no diss track, just a martial arts clip on Instagram stories, chopping wood with a Bruce Lee poster. Captioned, "Kung Fu Gym, no locked doors at all." Deflection, style intact. Commentary channels noticed immediately.
Pulled up wearing what looks like the same outfit from the viral clip that started showing off martial art moves with Bruce Leroy in the back, talking about show.
All Urban Central broke down how Jones dodged playing right into 50 Cent's hands by refusing to get emotional, instead redirecting the energy. It's almost like he's saying, "Y'all got jokes, but I'm outside and I'm good." The channel explained why that's smart, because the worst thing anyone can do when 50 Cent is trolling is show the trolling worked.
Honestly, that's probably the smartest way to respond when 50 Cent is trolling you. Because once 50 gets a reaction...
The host went deeper, tying this to decades of tension. Every exchange between these two carries history. Troll back without emotion, and suddenly the internet debates who won. Turning humiliation into content? That's a masterstroke. Once 50 gets a reaction, he wins, a pattern decades in the making. The Jones-50 feud traces back to the mid-2000s, when G-Unit and Dipset were NYC's fiercest hip-hop crews. Tensions simmered under rivalries, politics, and loyalty. Then 2007 hit. 50 publicly dissed Coke Records, Jones's label, calling it a graveyard. Cameron called in on Hot 97, sparking a direct beef with 50, while Jones and Cam weren't even talking. Dipset was fracturing, and 50 saw his opening. He invited Jones and Jules Santana to perform at a G-Unit show in September 2007, We Fly High, on the Enemy stage. For Cam, betrayal. For 50, strategy. Years later, he explained the psychology behind what looked like a spontaneous move. Jimmy was not a rapper then, right? He was on the side, not really a rapper yet. 50 saw Jones's first real commercial moment with Ballin and understood the hunger, what it meant to crave recognition after watching everyone else eat first.
When Ballin took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that.
50 compared Jones's desire to shine to the hunger Lloyd Banks must have felt watching other G-Unit members succeed. Jones wanted solo validation desperately, and 50 knew it.
Watching them be that, like Mace be that and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally, he had one.
So 50 threw the bait and Jones bit.
And I just looked, and I knew, I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was going to go for it. But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam.
The line, "We like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam," wasn't praise, it was a weapon, a wedge between Jones and Cam, feeding Jones the validation he craved while disrespecting the man he was supposed to be loyal to.
Watch and see how he was talking. And then when you see, he like, oh, he really like that.
50 watched Jones soak up the flattery, saw the ambition and willingness to cross a line Cam wouldn't forgive, and used it. That 2007 moment shaped the next 20 years of interactions, provocation, exploitation, retaliation. The studio footage in 2026? Not an isolated incident. It's the latest chapter in a playbook 50's honed since the early 2000s. Every enemy becomes content. Every beef, a business opportunity. His template? Established with Ja Rule and Murder Inc. After surviving the 2000 shooting, 50 dropped Wanksta and backed down, dismantling Ja's commercial standing while skyrocketing himself. Physical clashes, blacklists, mixtapes, he turned conflict into marketing. Since then, Rick Ross beef, Floyd Mayweather exchanges, Tiara Mari saga, all follow the same formula. Provoke, escalate, document, post, let the internet explode while 50 sits back. Fans call him the roast god. Billboard dubs him hip-hop's perpetual narrator. Jim Jones represents the most ruthless version yet. No diss tracks, no street confrontations, just property transactions, security cameras, and lease docs posted with timestamps and zero ambiguity. Numbers tell the story. 50 Cent, 30 million albums sold, 3 Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles, media empire through G-Unit Films, the Power franchise, vitamin water deal netting $100 million. Net worth 2026, $40 to $100 million. Jim Jones peaked with We Fly High mid-2000s. 7 solo albums post-2005, never topping 21K first week sales. Net worth, $400 to $600K. The financial disparity isn't background, it's the battlefield. When 50 offers to buy your studio and you can't pay rent, the power dynamic speaks volumes. Yet, Jones didn't fold. His Kung Fu video response reframed the moment as free promo. Later, he posted a studio walkthrough, positioning himself as an investor building a multi-purpose content space, not a man publicly humiliated.
Starting the year off at the top of your Explorer. Are you not entertained?
That opening line owned the attention without flinching, flipping the narrative from victim to showman.
Everybody want to put my business in the street. I'll go talk to you about my business. Right now, I am in the second phase of construction.
Jones walked through raw, unfinished spaces inside the building, showing boutiques, barbershops, and studios still being built out, framing the chaos as active progress rather than evidence of failure.
But in my mind, I was thinking of building like a little mart, but we'll see how that goes. Pull up though. Tell you what we'll be doing. I'm building a multi-purpose content creation facility. For media, fashion, music, and
He highlighted young creators still grinding in the space, showing opportunity mattered more than comfort. At least for those opportunities, they still be working. You still in the midst of construction. Jones addressed the cold head-on, a detail 50 and Cam had mocked, turning a weakness into strategy. Own it, redirect, keep building.
What I'm trying to say is, I've been happy to be able to invest in myself and something that I know is going to help a lot of other people.
Jones positioned the venture as community-focused, a hub for creators without resources.
It is a business move, that's why I invested in myself, but I'm building this facility for all.
He closed with the line summing his stance on 50's onslaught, refusing to acknowledge damage while celebrating attention. I appreciate the promo. I love free promo. I ain't gonna miss a beat. Was it enough? Hard to say. Reports suggest Jones wired $200K plus to the landlord to settle, but 50 kept posting, proving the humiliation was already public. Cam piled on too, mocking Jones' finances, offering money for heat. Jones clapped back, calling Cam soft and freaky, widening the circle of shots fired. As of Feb 21, 2026, no confirmed legal actions, just an ongoing social media blaze. All Urban Central left viewers with the burning question.
So now the question is, did 50 Cent really expose Jim Jones, or did Jim Jones just turn 50 Cent's troll into viral content? Don't forget to drop in the comments who you guys think took this
What's the
round,
real
50
answer?
Cent or Jim
In a
Jones?
beef running nearly 20 years with no end in sight, maybe it's both, but only one of them owns the building. Thank you for watching. Click the boxes on screen to dive into more stories like this.